How's it going? Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about Swybrid picking. Now, Swybrid picking is a really cool technique. It's a combination of both sweep picking and hybrid picking. Now, if you're not familiar with both of these techniques, I suggest you familiarize yourself. I've done videos on both techniques that you can check out there, so do that before checking out the Swybrid picking. Swybrid picking, as I said, is a combination of sweeping and using your fingers that are not holding the pick to pluck strings, and it can be used for multiple different purposes. It can be used as a shred technique, and what it does as a shred technique is it minimizes the effort that you need to exert to play really technical, speedy runs. And when you're playing chords, you can play chords and use this technique to give your guitar a kind of harp-like kind of sound, and it's just really awesome. So without further ado, let's jump into the technique itself. So first of all, we're just gonna do a basic exercise to get used to the kind of motion of what Swybrid picking feels like. We are gonna be playing the top three strings, the B, E, and G strings. You can play a little triad if you want to, but you don't have to, because this is all about the right hand. Now, what I want you to do is down pick the B string, and then use your middle finger to play the high E string, so like that, and then we're going to sweep up on the B and G strings, like that, and that is it, and you just repeat it lots of times, and you get that kind of effect. Then you can start learning licks using this little technique here. So what we're going to do is learn an A major pentatonic lick that I've written, and it uses that exact motion, but we move on to different string sets. So first of all, we're gonna do that exact motion with our right hand, but we're gonna be playing 10 on the B string, then 12 on the high E string, then 10 on the B string again, and then 11 on the G string. Okay, then we move to the next string set. We're gonna do the same motion with our right hand, except now we're doing it on the D, G, and B strings, like that. And we're going to be playing 9 on the G string, 10 on the B string, 9 on the G string again, and then 11 on the D string. That's what we've got so far. Then we're going to take that exact same motion with our right hand and play on the A, D, and G strings. And we're going to play 7 on the D string, 9 on the G string, 7 on the D string, and 9 on the A string. Just like that. And then we play the exact same notes and the exact same motion, 7, 9, 7, 9, on the E, A, and D strings. So all together we get this. And then you can finish on the A if you want to. That's how you would kind of use it in a soloing context. Now, if you wanted to use it in a chordal kind of context and make your guitar sound like a harp, there's some really cool things you can do. So I'm going to show you a really cool picking pattern that I learned from Tosin Abasi, and then I'm going to show you a little riff that a good friend of mine, Lewis White, he's a very, very amazing guitar player. I'll link his stuff down below. He wrote a little piece, a Swybrid picking piece, and has allowed me to show it to you on this video. So thank you very much, Lewis. That will give you enough to work with for Swybrid picking. So let's take a look at this picking pattern that I learned from Tosin Abasi. So what we need is a 4-note chord using the D, G, B, and E strings. I'm going to play this nice little A Lydian style chord. And what it is 7 on the D string, 6 on the G string, 4 on the B string, and then open E string. But you can use whichever chord you want to, as long as it's on those 4 strings. Now, the really, really awesome thing about Swybrid picking is it sets itself apart from sweep picking, because with sweep picking, you kind of have to play the arpeggios from top to bottom and then bottom to top in order. But with Swybrid picking, obviously you've got these fingers that you're using, so you can maybe start on the 5th of a chord and then play the root and then sweep down, like we're gonna do now. What we're doing is playing on the B string with our middle finger. That's the first note. And this lick is 10 notes, so it's in an odd time signature, which makes it sound even cooler, I think. So yeah, we're gonna play the B string with our middle finger. Then we're gonna up pick the D string, then down pick the D string, and we're gonna sweep all the way down to the B string. So altogether we've got, there you go, you're picking the D string twice. Then we're gonna, with our ring finger, play the high E string, and then sweep backwards, upwards from the B string to the D string. And then play a down pick on the D string. So you're finishing with 2 picks on the down string as well. So altogether, we've got, and then if you repeat it lots of times, I have to stop myself from getting carried away and playing that forever then. Now, practice that, and then once you've got comfortable with that, and use the metronome, which is really important. Make sure you use the metronome and start off slowly, build it up really, really slowly. This is one of those techniques that takes a lot of precision, so really work up to high speeds. Once you're comfortable with that lick, then let's move to Lewis's riff that he's written, and here's a video of him playing it. So I can't get anywhere near the speed of what Lewis was doing there, but I can at least show you what he was doing. So this is a 9-note lick, and it's kind of in triplets. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That kind of vibe. So what we're going to do is start on the 6th fret of the D string with our ring finger, 4th fret of the G string with our index finger, and the B string's open, and we're going to place our little finger on the 6th fret of the high E string. You get that kind of chord. And what the picking pattern is we're going to sweep from the D string down to the B string, and then play with our ring finger on the high E string. Then we're going to sweep up from the B string to the G string, and then we're going to sweep down from the D string to the G string, and then finish off with our middle finger picking the B string. So altogether we've got that picking pattern there. And that is just the picking pattern that you repeat throughout the entire thing. So what we do here is we play that picking pattern 3 times on this first chord, then once on the next chord, which is 4 on the D string, 3 on the G string, and 4 on the high E string with the open B string. Every chord has an open B string in this chord progression. And if you're looking to write chord progressions that incorporate open strings, I've done a video on it as well. So if you want to learn about that, click on that video. But yeah, we play once on that chord, then we play 3 times on the next chord. It's just the same shape, 2 frets lower. So 2 on the D string, 1 on the G string, and 2 on the high E string. So 3 times on that, then once on that 4, 3, 4 chord. Then we're going to play 3 times on the first chord, so 6, 4, 6. Then we're going to play once on the 8th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, and 9th fret of the high E string. Then we're going to play 3 times on the 9th of the D string, 8th of the G string, and the 11th of the high E string. Then we're going to play 1 more time on the previous chord, 8, 6, 9, and then we can finish up on the first chord. Now, if you're looking for tabs for everything, head down to the description, and at my Patreon page, you can download the tabs for everything that I've shown you today. If you enjoyed the video, click like, let me know what you thought in the comments. Are you going to be using Swybrid picking more in the future? Let me know in the comments. Hope this video was really helpful. And subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. And also check out the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma, which you can get for absolutely free, down in the description as well. That's going to teach you how to write a basic chord progression with the 7 diatonic chords. And then after you've done that, it's going to show you how to play 9th chords, 11th chords, 13th chords to add that jazzy sound to your chord progression. So if that's interesting, head down to the description. get it for free, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.